Hi, everybody.
Hey everybody, welcome to TFT Tarot for today, Divine Dabblings with
Goth boy.
Mr. Spiffy Halloween Boy
Hello.
and me, Banshee. Just me and
Oh, so I'm
pumpkins.
showing off then?
Oh, they don't look that great on camera, do they?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. It's actually an infinity kind of light where you can kind of keep seeing ad infinitum there. You can see it a little better there with the turning of it, but
So
anyway.
yes, we are once again offering spins. So Lena
Surprise, the
will
wheel's here.
will give you a spin, Lena, of course, with your reading. And we did have two winners last week, Angel Rivera and a new person, CJ.
And they both picked decks. CJ changed from a reading to a deck. And so there are two decks out of the mix now. Probably some of the favorites, but there's still a pretty nice Oracle
Yeah, there's
winner.
several decks left.
I
So
will mention what they are if somebody should win them, and or just want to hear it when they win on the spin, so to speak.
all
But
right.
let's start with the card for the collective first. We had a small turnout tonight, but that could change any minute.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. I expect maybe Kara, maybe Ari.
Well, in some areas of the country, this could be considered Devil's Night.
That's true.
Um, Certainly in our hometown, Detroit, it was or is Devil's Night for decades. And
And
of
then they
course,
started calling it Angel's Night because people were taking Devil's Night to the extreme and arsoning houses, abandoned houses.
well, when you see Japanese film crews arriving in Detroit a day or two before then, and they have permits to film, and that's what they're filming, you know it's kind of gone too far.
So, but it seems like for years now it's been very calm on Devil's Night in Detroit and
Well,
in
there's at least one or
Michigan.
two fires reported, but it's not a big deal. Hey, Shirley,
Hi, Shirley. We are spinning the wheel today. Just letting everybody know.
everyone gets a spin.
Right. I have the pumpkins behind the wheel now.
Happy Halloween. Thank you.
And I didn't even bring out my scary skull thing. You know, the skull wheel.
Oh, right.
I don't know
Is
where
it
I put
nearby?
it even. Oh, it's up there. That's okay.
Yeah.
We'll let it be. We got enough stuff here today. Maybe we'll bring it out one final time on Sunday. All right.
Thank
So,
you. Yep. They're now behind the wheel, but you can still see part of them over the top. Hi, Sunny Boy.
oh,
Assume your position.
Mr. O, assume yours and pick us a card.
Oh,
This will be from the Halloween Oracle by Stacy DeMarco.
Jasmina. Hello, Jasmina. And I grabbed two, so do I take the one at the very top?
Just mix them up and pick one,
I see.
Hearth. Well, that sounds like a nice one. Out of the frying pan and into the fire. I'm just
Hearth.
kidding.
Hearth.
Hearth.
Thanks, Jasmina. Happy Halloween.
So Shirley and Jasmina. Okay. I,
I'll get them on.
I haven't posted the list yet. I'll post it after I read the card for the collective. Hearth. Happiness in our hearts and homes. That's nice. The heart of every home, the fire that unites, winter's warmth centers, stories, love, and delights. The ancient Romans believed that every home had a heart, and it was the hearth. When the fire burned, the family gathered for sustenance, communication, and protection. This concept was so important to the culture that there was a huge city hearth, the Vestal Temple, where the fire of the home goddess Vesta burned forever without ever going out.
An eternal fire.
The sacred flame was protected by soldiers with their very lives should there be an invasion. The place where the goddess Vesta was honored within every ordinary home was also the hearth, and it is where women prepared food and cooked. Some of the food was always offered back into the fire as an offering to Vesta for her blessing and protection. Often husbands were sent away on military duty for years on end, and their wives at home were not just expected to keep the home and often the business running, but to wait for their husbands faithfully until their return. They prayed to Vesta to ensure that family members' safe return and to keep the fires of love stoked. The saying, keep the home fires burning, was inspired by this practice. Should the hearth card appear, you are being asked to look at your idea of what home and family is for you. Take the time to build up your love fire and have it burning brightly. Make your relationships a priority. If there's conflict within your home and family, it's time to take concrete steps to address the issue for good. If you or a member of your family is away from home due to travel or work, know that protection is being given. And I always like that expression, home is where the heart is, home is where the hearth is. And I think here, just this idea of, the families gathering around the fireplace. And, there's such a feeling and a sense of thinking about our ancestors when we consider that. We've got all these modern ways of heating our home and stuff, but for them, for going back a ways, that was all they had was the hearth fire of home.
Indeed.
Anything to add to that?
No, let's keep the hearth fires burning.
Keep those hearth fires burning and address any needs that are pulling your family apart. There's so many things going on right now that can do that. So just be mindful and try to take care of each other, in difficult times rather than fight with each
It
other.
does seem like an appropriate message with of course, with the idea of, various benefits for food services
Yes.
being curtailed.
Right.
People are going to really have to, try hard to help each other out and to look for where, that flame is burning that is for them. And I care so much about the
It's
children
possible
involved in
if
this.
one or both sides are going to cave in on this shutdown. But the thing is, these benefits that are leaving people out in the cold, well, I think a lot of states right now, Michigan being one of them, just passed legislation in one place, one of the houses at least of the Congress, the state house here, that they would give money to cover SNAP and food pantries right now if necessary. I think one branch of government still has to approve it, but it looks like it might go through. And I know other states are doing that as well. And people are really doing their part to try to help out. So,
Thank you, Ascending.
all right.
Thank you, everybody.
Alrighty, so let's see what's going on here. Um, I gotta get the list. Let me do that. I think we're still at 4 people, which is pretty low. I expect more to pop in.
And if they don't,
5.
then we get to close early. I get to work on some other projects.
Mr. O, quit saying that. You just have to wait on them. All right, we are here for 2 hours, unless we do end early. Okay, so let's get going. We've got Libra cusp up. I know Libra wants a spin of the magnificent wheel.
All right.
Do you want to take the first honors, or do you want me to do it?
You can spin.
All right. Well, it's the star, so nope. You are still as. Did you have that last time? I know somebody had that last time.
Maybe, I don't remember.
You are a star, but you didn't win a prize this time. I'm sorry to say.
All right, so we're going to start off our more or less Halloween episode.
Oh, I do want to remind everybody, that's right, that what we did on Sunday's show is still available. I have the beloved deck dead deck here. If anybody just wants a message from the spirit realm, or it's possible it could indicate a specific spirit, but it doesn't always do that. So I could do that if needs be.
Libra wants to know what's coming towards them.
All right, your deck.
Yep, and I'm using the Santa Muerte Tarot.
Very appropriate. All right. So tomorrow will be a shipping day. If anybody else wins a deck tonight, we'd like to ship tomorrow. So
See how that goes.
we'll see how that goes, and we'll get some. Hi, Mila. I'll get you on the list.
Hi, Mila.
We are spinning the wheel again, so if you want to spin, just let us know when it's your turn or with your question.
All right, Libra asks what's coming towards them. And
Sunny.
the first card is the Hermit reversed. Maybe
CJ. Hi, CJ.
Hi, CJ.
Here's one of our winners now. Now, once, of course, you've won a prize, you don't get another spin. But we've got yours. We're going to be shipping tomorrow.
Right, we expect to ship tomorrow. All right, so Libra, what's coming towards you? It's the Hermit reversed. And the Hermit reversed with this depiction would almost feel like you're coming out of some sort of extreme sense of being isolated. In the picture it shows somebody in a grave. So the analogy that maybe reversing that, you're coming out of your own grave, you're coming out of your sense of being really separate or away from life. And maybe this applies directly, or maybe it's a little bit indirectly, but what's coming towards you maybe is renewed activity in the throng of life. And of course, we're totally heading into the holiday season with Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, etc. going on. So that's what appears to be coming towards you, is renewed social or active life.
So I totally agree that's possible, but I want to throw out another idea depending on what comes up with the rest of the cards here. And that is that if there is anything you have been kind of hiding yourself away from, that you put off doing, or that you don't want any, you're trying to avoid some situation or some confrontation of some sort, it's time now to come out. It's time now to take care of it, because obviously I feel with this reversed, it's going to come up. Okay, it's going to come up, and it's going to be don't wait till it gets to be a point of unavoidable, So just deal with the situation no matter how hard it is. Let's see what comes up though. Why is this important?
And it's the Eight of Swords reversed.
Well, it may be inadvertent on your part that you've been just scattering your energy about and not really taking care of a matter, and you've put it on the back burner, but somebody or something is demanding that this gets resolved. I almost do think it fits in with what I said, but I can see how it could fit in with what Mr. Rose said as well. Do you want to take it?
Well, if this is about, the idea that maybe you're reappearing in social settings of some sort, or your presence or personality is enlivening to some degree, then maybe it's important that you cast off the illusion that maybe you were not available, that you were inaccessible, that you were sort of not able to respond to them, limited in function somehow. And so it's important then that you dispel that notion that you actually are not living in a bubble, not living behind a barricade of swords that limit your movement.
So where are things headed?
Did you already?
I did in the beginning.
I guess it just
Right when you pulled the card.
didn't seem to be your
It was
usual.
very short.
Your usual.
I'm usually pretty concise, Mr. O.
Well, it's the upright Nine of Cups.
Okay, okay. So if you take care of whatever you might have left dangling without, dealing with a situation, if you've been avoiding dealing with a situation because you've been lacking focus, or maybe you just didn't see the importance of it, or maybe even you couldn't really make the connection in order to make things right. If you finally take care of this, you'll be able to manifest the outcome from this that you desire. So, sometimes it's just best not to put off something, even if it's difficult to face. Just get it over with. Just get it over with, and things might turn out better for you than you may have thought.
Right. I can sort of see this maybe in its own way as being the sense of you kind of limiting what's going on that's coming out from you, as well as maybe what you're also interpreting. And so maybe the sense of control and releasing it finally is bound to help you clear up things that have been kind of stopping you finding your joy. So the Lenormand. And it's the pumpkin, which is clover, and that's lucky. And it's Sir Pumpkinhead. That could be you, but it could also be a person other in your life, maybe, the significant other, something like that.
It could be anybody, because we don't, yeah, it could be anybody, but it could be a partner. So if there's something that's been left unsaid, or, needs to be addressed with a partner, this is it's really time to do it. If it's not that, if it's not that, it's clearly involving somebody, somebody else. And I think that, you'd be very fortunate if you finally take care of the matter.
Is that clover or is that the
That is
lily?
clover.
Okay.
Hmm.
Hi, Carrie Ann. We can add you.
Oh, sure.
Yes, that's fine. Ascending, no problem at all. Excuse me, I'm a little tickle here. So to me, maybe this is saying that this is something that, if there's the person in your life, or the companion or the person you care about the most is able to maybe bring some luck or fortune to you in this matter, and that maybe the resolvement of it, because in a way, Clover is like a wish, and so that's what the Nine of Cups is too. So it sort of seems like there's a helper
Yeah,
waiting.
it's interesting. You've got both the clover and the Nine of Cups in this reading. Yeah.
Well, good luck with that, Libra.
So this should turn out okay. Sometimes we put things off too
You're
because
welcome.
we're either waiting for people to cool off a bit, or, maybe things to kind of change and shift. But, sometimes it's just best to get it over with, get it done. Good luck with that. All right. So let me see. Moving on to Lena.
Hi, Lena. And we're going to spin the wheel for you.
I believe you usually want us
You
to.
would usually want it, so I'll go ahead and do that. And bam!
Wow.
And it's the Hierophant.
Nope, the Hierophant. Sorry, you did not win.
Not this time, so
But just keep trying, persevere. Good luck with that. Could I have my Lenormand back?
no. You asked.
Thank you. I asked nicely too. What's
All
up?
right, so that's your cards then for Lena's reading.
I know. And what's the reading
Telling
again?
you.
Okay, never mind. My head turned away from you, I guess.
And how's my sunny boy?
A general. Okay.
Is it limited to a time span? The next 2 or 3
Nope,
months?
just says a general.
All right. Very good. Hey, Sonny. Hey, hello.
All right. Well, speaking of the Hierophant, here it is. Wow.
So the Hierophant is upright.
The Two of Wands is reversed. And another two. The Two of Pentacles is upright.
And I'm going to add the Lenormand then. One is the key. And the lily.
Hmm.
Lily occupying second
Okay.
card
Well,
space. Whoops, the list is not closed. Why do I have that there? Sorry about that if that was confusing.
the list is not closed. He'll get rid
Yeah,
of that.
somebody had asked, but I think I already answered their question anyway. So those messages are gone. All right.
Okay.
General
So,
reading.
general reading. I feel here this is telling me in general that, this is a time to just try to keep things in balance. Try to make sure, you're not overdoing anything, whether it's at work or at home. Try to keep your work and home life balance together, your leisure time. Everybody needs downtime. So make sure that you're doing that. I feel like with the Hierophant here, in this case, a lot, since they're on either side of the card in the middle, this is a time to just maintain the status quo, not to make any major changes right now, because this is more of a time of rethinking where you feel things should be heading right now. If things haven't been heading in the right direction for you, or you've been expecting better results, whether it's looking for a job that pays you more, trying to get a promotion, better health, whatever it may be, it's time for you to step back and re strategize. Think things through, what you need to do in order to ensure more long.
Sorry.
Did
Hi,
you
Kara.
did you eat that cough drop already?
Yes,
Oh
it's already
man, you got
gone.
problems.
I'm
More
going to put some
long-term success. I think that's why the lilies are here. It's time for you to develop a long-term strategy. And right now, is a time not to make any moves or shifts or changes until you do. Keep things in balance and harmonious and start really trying to think outside the box. Something has to be revisioned here if you want to achieve different results from the ones you've been getting so far.
Well, I almost don't need to add much here. It's very good reading here. And it does indeed emphasize the fact that maybe you need to work on some sense of balance right now. There could be something happening that maybe is involving you, possibly with some further study. That's the Hierophant, but I don't think it's necessarily the end all of this reading. The two of That's the Two of Wands there reversed, isn't it?
That's what I said.
So it is, I think, going along with all this, it is saying this could be a time or this upcoming time of this reading where you can maybe really reevaluate. That's where the Hierophant comes in too, and understand whether or not you really like the way order is in your life or whether or not there's something that needs to change. Are are the balance quotas of your life needing adjustment? Maybe everything should be slanted a different way so you still have the totality, but not in the same measures. And it is really about you refining, what you really want to do, Lena. That's the key, the lily and the key there. So I did repeat her a little bit, but that's honestly what I see with this reading.
Yeah, it's pretty cut and dry. I knew he'd be back as soon as I did this. I knew it.
Thank you, Kara. She loves the pumpkins.
I know, I saw that. I want to keep it. It's like an infinity light, but I don't think you can really see it from, on the camera the same way. It's really kind of cool. I don't have anything to add. I went through the whole thing, so
Yeah, so did I.
good luck with that.
Good luck, Lena. And that means that we are on the ascending. And I know you said you wanted a spin of the wheel.
Hold on. You're going to spin. I
Mm-hmm.
need to move this a little bit here. All right.
And of course, he blocks it.
He's on my cards too.
Pull it down.
For that. All right, go ahead. One of those spokes is loose too, so be aware of that. I forget which one.
Hangman.
Yep, it's the Hanged Man. All right, well, keep hanging on. We're still doing this on the happy hour and on Sunday's show.
Okay, so you want to include the next 2 months. Let's look at the original one. A general for the next 2 months, I guess. Is that what we're talking then? That sounds good. Alrighty.
Well, I'm going to push it behind here again because he's back. Everybody would rather see Sunny anyway, right?
It's so true.
Okay.
Alrighty, and I'm going to use my Nefertiti Egyptian-themed tarot. I love this one.
And I still, again, for latecomers, I still have my beloved dead deck here. If anybody wants a message from the spirit realm, we can try that again, like it did on Sunday. I'll also be doing it one more time on Sunday's show. Happy hour on Saturday will be at our usual time, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
All right. You start off with the Three of Swords reversed. And then it's the King of Swords reversed. I like how that happens. Yes, I'm being cynical. And then it ends with the Knave, who's also the Page of Chalices. And of course, chalices are cups.
Actually, we should have done 2 and 2 for the 2 months.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, I do, but
Oh, it is what it is.
well, it's because I had to look at something. I didn't hear the question. Otherwise, I would have.
General reading for the next 2 months.
So for the next 2 months, not getting specific about either month, I'm just going to say with the Three of Swords reversed, this is a time of healing. You know, if you've been feeling blue, if you've been feeling down, I think that, something is going to happen that's going to shift your mindset to the more positive. You seem like a very positive person anyway, Ascending. But I think here that if anything has been bringing you down, you're ready to let it go. Maybe there's even been something. I have a card, an oracle card for tomorrow that speaks on this a little bit, that you feel regret about or some disappointment about that's still lingering over time. And if that's the case too, it's really, this is going to be these next 2 months are going to be a time where you're going to kind of clear the air on that. You're going to finally come to terms with it and be able to feel like you don't have to carry that burden anymore.
Well, a direct meaning of that reverse Three of Swords is healing from a heartbreak or heartache. And so this could imply that, if there has been a serious change in the status quo with you and a treasured relationship. It doesn't have to be a primary relationship, but it could obviously be one that's very heartfelt, very, strong bonding between you. And maybe this is saying that, there's something that really brought that apart, but that there's a healing sense to that going on. Okay, clearing and releasing. I mean, in general, this could be talking about that. I think there's a specific idea of, recovering from heartache. but
I'm a
we
little less stringent on that. I do agree. It is, a lot of disappointments. You lose a job, for example, there could be heartache attached to that. There could be heartache attached to a lot of the different things, that we go through in life. And so, I broaden it a little bit. I may call it disappointment, I may call it sadness or sorrow, but it's something that's affecting your heart emotionally.
well, smarty pants, why don't you take the King of Swords then?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to do that. I mean, there's a couple of different ways to read the King of Swords here, and in this case, I see what he's saying. It could be from somebody who's been cruel and nasty, because that is the King of Swords reversed. But the King of Swords also reversed is about being unable to think clearly. I think here, whatever maybe you've been holding on to, has been affecting your judgment in some way or could. And it's time to really, that's why it's time to really let that go, because you need to now think more clearly about where to go from here, where this leaves you, whatever the case may be. If it's something from further past, it may just mean that it's time to think clearly about, a new direction that's more positive for you and how to take those lessons you've learned from this heartache situation and apply them healthily. And, until you're willing to let something go, it's hard to do that.
Hey, Cherry B, we're going to add you. So I'm looking at that King of Swords, and I feel much the same that Banshee said. AUB. I feel this could be saying too that you do have to watch what those important decisions or choices you're making in this next, 2 months go, that you may have a tendency to be a little bit more heavy handed about certain decisions. That's called maybe being assertive or maybe a little overly aggressive. I don't see that as I know you, but what the say, what the hey. So this could just be saying watch. I don't know if it's necessarily connected to the idea of, any clearing or any healing, but it does feel like this is saying, you know, there may be some situations where you might not be getting everything you need to make that proper judgment.
What's that final card?
The Page of Cups, and it's upright. Happy Halloween. Thank you.
I think good news is coming. I think that, perhaps once you've really resolved this, it's almost as if something opens up. Something opens up. And I always notice this too. When you let something go, something new comes to take its place. And I feel here something good is going to happen. Probably, I would gather, by sometime in mid to late November, that is going to really boost your spirits. I feel like this is kind of a process going on here. And then something is going to come along that's going to make you feel a whole lot better. Whether this is in your personal life or in your business life, whatever the case may be, it's good news. It's happy news.
As an external kind of factor, the King of Swords reverse could represent somebody who's disagreeable or contrary that you have to deal with. So it could be saying that maybe this kind of fluffs up a little bit. And then the end result being the Page of Cups there is saying some good news. Maybe this person is removed from your environment for some reason. So if it's a coworker, maybe they get transferred or they move on somewhere. So the black cat is the dog in Lenormand, and the skeleton key is the key in Lenormand.
So the key almost seems to be
You're welcome.
connected with a friend or somebody you trust, somebody that has there's some bond between the two of you. So it's either friends, family, or a relationship. They're key to your feeling good about things again. They're key to you coming to terms with things. Maybe it's just more socializing with friends that might be the key. Getting out and about. And, this is the season of get togethers of all kinds. Whether you're in the workplace, they either have Halloween parties, they have Christmas parties, maybe gatherings in November for Thanksgiving, whatever the case may be. It just seems like socializing with people you love and trust may pull you out of this.
I almost feel like maybe the loyal person is, maybe connected to that good news there, the Page of Cups. So, but I basically agree with Banshee that, it sort of feels like you're just clearing some of the debris up, like you mentioned, cleansing, clearing. Maybe there's a disagreeable person who fits that criteria, but maybe there's also, a chance that you're just going to get beyond any bad decisions or lingering things and face the good news of the season, is what I think, the socializing part.
Well, I'm glad to see you feel that way, Ascending. Good luck with that. Good
Thank
luck
you.
with
Good
it.
luck. Mhm.
And we are on Shirley now. And you have an interesting question, Sherry. We will definitely tackle that for you. And don't forget, we are still spinning the magic wheel today.
Yeah, anyone who has not won gets to spin so far.
Thank you.
No one has won yet.
All right.
So it's Shirley. Shirley, I imagine you want to spin? Surely you want to spin. And I'm looking for your question. I know you put one here, or I thought you did. May I please ask what I get the job at the tribal center?
We'll
Okay,
get the
that's a good
job
question.
where?
Tribal center.
Thank you. I couldn't hear that.
I'm so
Trailing.
sorry.
That's all right. All right. The job at the tribal center.
All
If
right.
it's
So,
not clear in the reading, we'll do a yes, no.
do you want to spin or shall I?
I'll spin. Did she say she wanted one?
It says yes.
Okay. She's got the Wheel of Fortune.
You win,
Shirley.
Congratulations.
Holy moly. What the hey?
Okay, well, wouldn't it be great if you get that job too? I see what you're writing there.
So I will mention we have three decks, three tarot decks left, and three Oracle decks left. The tarot decks, the Dungeons and Dragons Tarot, the Spirit of Halloween Tarot cards, and that's actually a deck produced by the store, and the Spoopy Tarot, which is really kind of a kooky, I don't want to call it manga, but it's a certain style of art deck. It's very abstract. But then the oracle decks, we have a Moonology Oracle, the Enchanted Glass Lenormand deck, and something called the Slime Fantasy Forest Lenormand, which was a strange deck. It's a pure Lenormand. It's kind of cute, but we got that as an extra deck. I was trying to remember how you got the Buffy deck. I know CJ is here. Was that a gift because we had already bought one?
Right, it was a gift to me, and I already had one, so
Yeah.
I am repurposing it. It's still sealed in the whole bit.
Yep.
All right, so let's do.
So also, Shirley, you could just get a private 5 card plus Lenormand, 2 Lenormand reading from us. We would send you a link to that, and it's a private link. Nobody else can get in there but you and anybody you invite to see the reading.
Now you can just write us at our Gmail, and we can run by the list again to you or the options. And also, if we're sending to you, then you can give us your shipping address that way. And the Banshee is putting that out there in the chat. So
there it is. That's our email address. Be sure to get in touch with us, and we'll be happy to give you whichever you want.
Congratulations.
And also, if you write to me, I can also send you the list I just read to you. So if you want to see that again, or if you want a reading, we were happy to do it.
Let's go over all of that. Yes, you can.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I will just write to our email and I'll send you the list, okay? All right. Which is the easiest to read. My guess would be at this point the Moonology Oracle. That would be my recommendation if you want something easy. And it's a nice deck. It's a nice deck.
Well, I think I want to take my head off for now.
Is that what you want? You'll take it? All right. Well, look at that. You're just full of good stuff here. The Ace of Pentacles has.
Yeah, write us that letter and we'll run the choices by you.
Yeah, think about it.
Okay, so the Ace of Pentacles. That's good.
The Eight of Pentacles is reversed. Oh, poo. And the Queen of Cups is reversed. Bah.
Okay, here's the Lenormand. Anchor and the birds.
Well,
444.
I have to think about this now. All right. I mean, at first I see this Ace of Pentacles and I think, oh, this looks really good. There's the potential here for something new to happen or develop. You're obviously looking at a positive opportunity for, some financial success and, having a new job. You're really going to have to sell it though if you do get called for this interview. I don't know. Did you have an interview with them already? Well, you're really going to have to do something to prove that you are qualified or that you are the right person for this job. The Eight of Pentacles reversed is not, they may be critical. They may be critical about, your experience. That's what I'm wondering here. And the Queen of Cups reversed indicates that you could be disappointed. You could possibly, feel blue about this or worried about having some anxiety, let's put it that way, about how this is going to turn out for you.
In a previous message, Shirley felt that she is well qualified.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it is about how you're able to, sell that. The Ace of Pentacles looks like it's a beginning, so it's a chance to grow from there. And of course, Pentacles is about, financial material attainments. The next card was the Eight of Pentacles reversed, and that could be saying that maybe you do need to polish up somewhere. Maybe not so much in the actual skills, but maybe in how you present it, or it could be both of those. And the Queen does sort of indicate a sense of disappointment. That could be for a number of things. Without calling it totally out, it could be that maybe they need longer, more time to decide this, or there are other factors involved in the process. So it could be too that, maybe the interviewers do give you a feel that, you're wondering about. Always remember, and I think we've talked about this before with a few people, to do the nice things like send an email or a note thanking them for the interview and stuff like that. Did you go to the Lenormand
Nope.
already?
I have a feeling with the Lenormand, it's saying here, because you've got the birds and the anchor, that I almost feel like they're really of one mind about what they're looking for. And there's going to be a lot of talking, between, I don't know, people involved in the hiring process, maybe, or maybe it's the talking with you about your skills and what their expectations might be. The only other thing I can say about that is it could indicate already that maybe they're really, well, I don't know if they have a lot of applicants or not, but I'm wondering if they've already kind of decided on one. If their job has been open for a while, then I would just say this. They're really being very particular and set in their ways about what their expectations are here.
Right. I'm not getting a great feel for that. I don't exactly understand the birds related to the anchor. It could be saying really too that in some way they've already been talking to the applicant that they may have decided in advance. I know that employers do this that sometimes.
We're going to need to do a yes no.
Yeah, let's do a yes or no
But
for
I
sure.
would say that I'm more thinking that they might communicate that to you, what their expectations are. And that maybe is where you're going to have to sell it. So let's do a yes no and see what the likelihood is. Let me grab my deck. We're going to do just the one card.
Yeah, let's do it that way. And just going to remind everybody, happy hours at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. My own show, The Emotional Exchanges, it's just recording, is at 7 a.m. or whenever you watch it.
The other
And for Halloween, I'm doing a trick or treat. So it'll be about whether or not, your Halloween will have a trick or a treat, romantically or emotionally speaking.
The other thing about your reading, Shirley, is that, maybe that Eight of Pentacles is saying that you might not be happy with what their expectations are. It could be that you may just feel like, I don't know if I want to do this, after you hear more about what their expectations are. So maybe you have the qualifications, but it might be like, well, maybe this isn't for me. There's something that's just not quite right there with the Eight of Pentacles.
Alrighty, so here's our definitive. As much as the cards are.
Well,
Pentacles. It will come with a price.
it'll come with a price.
And it's the King of Pentacles.
Which is really interesting to me because, I said they're really going to be, maybe they'll want to start you at a lower rate, or maybe there's something else about this job that you're like, oh, gee, I wish I knew that before I applied, or said yes, or it could be.
Is the King of Pentacles a micromanager? Your
Well,
boss is
that
a
could be.
micromanager?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it could be. They're a little bit controlling, but I think that this job would be good, in some ways for you, seeing the king here. I mean,
Yeah, it is a good sign.
the thing is also when it says it will come with a price, you know what I thought of right away? I thought of when we said you have to work it. You're going to have to really, put your best out there for this job. And
But you think you can do that, and
think you can
I
do
love your enthusiasm.
So just be ready to do that. That could be why this is here too, and why it says it's
And let us
coming
know.
with a price.
And when you write us, make sure you include your address that we're going to ship to.
Unless you want the reading, we won't
Unless you
need
want
an
the-
address for that.
What was?
We'll just send it to your
We'll
email.
wait for your email. And once again, congratulations.
Congratulations, Shirley.
Great. That'll help. That'll help.
Jasmina is up.
Hi, Jasmina.
Well, you're winning. This puts you on a roll, so maybe you'll be lucky, Shirley, with the job.
Jasmina, did you just stop in or you got
No, they posted a question, I'm pretty sure.
No, they didn't. I don't think they did. But I know that sometimes Jasmina puts one right when we ask for it because they're just there waiting. So I'm going to start looking for
I saw one earlier, but I guess not.
Let's see. I have a deck I want to grab. What the heck? Grab a deck.
Hey, Jasmina, we need your question, or if you posted one, let us know, but I'm not seeing one here.
We can mention your show, The Material Matters.
Well, there's one other thing I want to mention, actually, and that is that I'll be putting out 2 oracle cards tonight for tomorrow. Well, at least one tonight. One might go out tomorrow. I'll see if I have time to finish it tonight. But my usual Friday oracle, which will be Halloween themed, and then I'm going to be putting out one for the Halloween season. What portal we are entering collectively during this Halloween season from now till Christmas, Yule, winter solstice. So stay tuned for that, for the collective. That'll be coming out. And yes, my show will be on as normal on Sunday, my Material Matter show. Come find out what's going on financially for you and your astrological sign for the week ahead. That's going to be at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That video will come out on Sunday. And as some of you already know, we'll be live in the chat to talk up the readings. So, and chat with you. All right. I did not see Jasmina's question,
We have to move on.
so we're going to move on to Mila. All right.
I'm sending her the other list of decks.
Okay, so Mila wants to know, did Z notice my absence last time?
All right. Oh, Enchanted Glass. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you still got to write us because we need your shipping address.
What's the name of the Oracle deck? Oh, okay. The Moonology Oracle deck. I used the Moonology Manifestation. She's got 3 decks. Moonology Messages, Moonology Oracle was the first, and I ended up buying that one by mistake. It's brand new. And so I'm giving that up. I had that one already. I thought I was getting her third one, the Moonology Messages deck, and I messed up. So I do have that one now, but I'm willing to give this one away. No, it's the Moonology Messages. Lenormand is considered an oracle deck, so those 2 decks are oracles, but Moonology is basically all based on moon energy and some astrology. It's a really nice, it's an easy deck. It's a very easy deck to use. I can tell you that. You can do single card readings, a daily one if you want.
Okay, Mila asked, did Z notice my absence last time?
Yes, that's correct, Shirley. I read them out loud usually, right. I like to do that because every oracle is unique in their approach. Some topics are universal and a lot of oracle people will use them, but it's how they do it that's important and what they want to emphasize. And so I read it, and when I do my oracle for the collective, I read it first, but I'm intuiting then the message I need to give from that reading. So it's a little bit different when I do it for the collective, on social media and the cards that Mr. O shows on, in videos.
All right, Mila, the first card is the Nine of Cups upright. The second card is the Two of Pentacles upright. And the Hierophant is the last card, but it's reversed. And if I recall right, you mentioned that Z's just a person you work with or somebody you know in that kind of connection. So it's not like there's a real situation already between you. But you asked basically if he noticed your absence.
So it's the Nine of Cups upright?
Uh-huh.
But yeah, Nine of Cups is coming up, and the Two of Pentacles. Is that upright?
That's upright.
And what's the last one?
The Hierophant reversed.
Well, this almost seemed like it should be a yes/no question.
Okay, well, we could try that too.
Let me see what this says. If it is your wish that he didn't notice you there, it's really funny. When I see the Two of Pentacles in the middle of all this and it's upright, I don't know why, but I really feel it's almost like a 50-50 chance he saw you. Or he noticed your absence. That's what I meant to say. I almost think it's like a 50-50 chance. The Hierophant upright or reversed.
Reversed.
could indicate to me that he may not feel the way you might want him to about that, though. He may have noticed you weren't present, but he may not be reacting the way you had wanted to about that. And I think we probably are going to do a yes no, but let me just throw some Lenormand.
Hi, Sab. We can put you on the list if you want.
Okay.
We didn't spin for Mila either, did we?
Mila, did you want to spin? I forgot.
Well, they haven't answered in a while, so I'm not so sure. Hi, Ari.
All right, Sab and Ari. Let me get them on the list. I'm not posting the list till after this reading, though, so hang in there. But Sab, you are on the list, and Ari
The list
too.
is open, and we're still offering spins for those who haven't won anything off of our giveaway that's going on. So, Sab, if you want, we can spin for you when it's your turn. All right, so for Mila, it's the fox. And the witch's jars, that's fish, right?
Yep. Well, that's an interesting one, too. I think that they're being very sly about, showing any kind of emotional reaction to whether they noticed you missing or not. They're being very sneaky and sly about it. And
Yeah, for some reason, I feel the same way that they really are trying to fly under the radar. I don't know if it's an avoidance thing or if they're just trying to look more mysterious and alluring.
they're just trying to act like it didn't phase them one way or another. They didn't want to show any type of reaction.
Trying to be cool.
And I don't know if you said if they noticed your absence, where this absence was. If it was like in a group of people and things like that, then I feel like they were more interested in, you know, others than, the fact that you were there or not. So whether this is in social media or whether this is in some sort of, physical gathering, I'm not sure they were paying my, that they were more interested in who was there maybe than who was not there.
I agree.
But let's pull the yes no and just see what we get. We'll
Okay.
do the single card again. And I am going to say we should look at these questions beforehand and decide maybe a yes no is more appropriate for some of them. That's all. So, or to do like that November October thing, stuff like that. All right.
It's one, so you will have to work for it. And it's the two of wands reversed. So it could happen, but like it says that you'll have to work for it.
It already happened, so
Well, right. The answer is yes, that he did in fact.
he did notice you were missing. I think that's the key here. He did notice you were missing, and maybe he's rethinking different ways of approaching this. So that's why he didn't let anybody know what's on his mind, because he's really trying to think of how to handle that. So good luck with that. I think it's pretty clear he probably did notice it, but he tried to make it seem like it didn't faze him or her one way or another.
Okay,
All right.
well, you need to get that list posted.
What are we talking about here?
Post the list,
I
please.
just finished the reading. I'm getting it.
Okay,
There
it's
it
been a while
is.
because the last
It's all
person
updated too. I always do it
reading.
after the reading. You know that. Now.
Very good. Thank you. You don't have to get tested.
CJ is up. Hi, CJ.
Hi, CJ.
Do you have a question or are you just going to watch tonight? Maybe I should go back and look.
Yeah, CJ, if you haven't given us your question and if you're still here, we do need that. We'll give you a moment or two. Just let us know you need time to write your question in. Or we may have to move on. There isn't one. I've already looked. I would have told you because I know you have to read it yourself.
I'm looking at something else, okay?
Okay.
Can't wait for my deck. Hello, I made the list. I made the list. Yay.
Here it is. Anything in store for me for love before the end of the year.
Okay. Thank you, CJ.
And that's going to be your cards.
Well then, let's use the horror tarot. Ooh, scary. After Sunday, I'll be switching up some of my decks again. I'll be bringing a pretty new one into the mix soon. I'm hoping to do a blog article about this deck though, called the Tarot of Secrets.
We got it. Thanks, CJ.
The Tarot of Secrets by Tess Whitehurst. I'm hoping to do a blog post soon on that. And I'm going to be bringing that deck out then after for use.
It did now, but we thought it was from earlier, and that's why we were wondering, because that's all. It's no biggie. We got your question.
Yeah, we're good.
If you did write it earlier, we did not see it. That could be a problem on our part. Don't worry about it. We have it now.
Beating a dead horse. All right. The devil is reversed.
All right.
The Eight of Wands is reversed. Well, pooh.
Creatures under reversed.
And the King of Wands is reversed.
Ouch. Okay, Lenormand, we'll throw those out there. The Moon and the Horseman, who is the rider. And of course,
Well,
there's some good, there's some bad, there's some who knows.
so if you're looking for love, something might be coming. I mean, the rider and the moon indicates perhaps, there's a potential person here. And if that person is the King of Wands reversed, it may be a case of this may not work out. I'm just going to say it. The devil reversed here indicates to me liberating yourself from something. The Eight of Wands reversed here indicates it just seems like this person that you might encounter either wants to move really fast or there's some kind of chaotic energy going on here. And so you'd be wise to take it slow or maybe not at all until I would take it slow to figure out what's going on and then, determine whether you should free yourself from this situation or, if there's something worthwhile here. That's what I'm getting from this whole mix of cards together here. The moon, like I said, and the rider definitely indicate that there could be some movement in the love department, by the end of the year. Whether that's positive or not, at least in one case, it may be a little bit challenging. And so there could be more than one, but I'm only seeing this one in the cards here right now. You want to add something to that?
That's devil reversed, right?
That's the devil reversed and the
So
King of Wands.
that almost feels like the possibility that a person could be doing rebound stuff. They just broke up.
Nice. Yeah.
They just broke up and maybe they're thinking they need to prove something to themselves. But hopefully it's not you either, that you just haven't, that you're rebounding yourself. So check for that. So I do feel there's a possibility this is a person who's rebounding and they may have issues with timing and or boundaries. I could include boundaries into that idea with the reversed Eight of Wands. So the thing is they may want to move faster than you may want them to move. And that's, of course, because I think they're dealing with rebound issues. What's that, the King of Wands?
Reversed, yes.
So if it is the same person, they may be lacking confidence, and that may not necessarily mean that they're not a good possible, date or romance, but I feel that they need something else that they should consider. And you're not, obliged to necessarily be somebody's therapist.
I like what he's saying here. I forgot the King of Wands. Yes, true. He lacks confidence. He lacks self esteem. He maybe even is a little bit timid. And, maybe you might be one who could bring him out of his shell. But the bottom line is, too, we've got this chaotic Eight of Wands energy here. And I like what Mr. O said about possible rebound relationship here, because that makes a lot of sense to me as to why he wants to kind of push things, because it will boost his flagging self confidence.
And I don't want to cast any aspersions. A lot of people can break up for the right reasons and not necessarily be in a rebound kind of state of mind. I feel, you seem pretty reasonable to me. It's more likely it's that other
It's
person.
the other
Yeah,
person.
totally.
Yeah. No, I would never have went that way. So,
So obviously, you just want to be uh take your time with it. It doesn't, like I said, it shouldn't disqualify them
this
from.
person could be a fire sign that's coming in. Obviously, wands, are fire. So, you know, fire signs, we like to move fast anyway. But the bottom line is, I feel they're doing it because not that they're desperate, but it's just that they feel they need to reassure themselves that, whatever happened to them in the past doesn't define them. So it might just be something like that. But if you notice this person too, because the King of Wands has some other characteristics that I don't like, is a little bit pushy or a little bit, quick to anger or to get frustrated, well, that could be a real red flag. So be aware that, there may be somebody coming that you may have to, uh, you know,
It may
look
not
at more carefully. And I know you said you're not dating, but you never know where you could meet this person. Shopping, wherever, at a movie theater, at some outing with friends. You just never know.
So the Eight of Wands could actually be how you relate to this, all other things being equal, they're not necessarily a bad person to try to become a friend with. And so maybe you just don't want to necessarily target them for moving to a relationship too quick. You may want to take your time. The Eight of Wands reverse could be about that too. And I'm not trying to sell you on whoever, because I don't even know who that is, Besides being a rebound, maybe there's a little bit of neediness going on there.
Well, and the Eight of Wands just has so many multiple meanings. I mean, another thing could be the fact that you just can't seem to, you guys have maybe problems connecting, getting to know each other more because, maybe differing work schedules or something that makes it harder for the two of you to get together more often. So I don't know. There's a lot of different mixed messages here, but I feel this one could be somebody you need to
You're
take it
welcome.
slow with if they come into your life. So
And
good luck with that.
CJ, we always say tarot's a snapshot in time. So it could be possible that things work out a little bit differently or totally differently. But we'll be happy to, go through that when it happens.
Whatever.
Ah, okay.
Uh-oh. I did that, didn't I?
All right. Estelle asked us a question.
So,
It was about their father.
did they? Oh, I
Let
didn't
me
see
find
that.
that for you. Well, you might want to find it too, of course.
Yeah, especially the way you.
How does my father feel about me after our argument? When will my father start talking to me again?
Oh. When question. Well, let's see what comes up. Okay,
Here's
your
your other
deck.
cards.
Your deck.
Oh, it is my deck. Okay. It is my deck.
Indeed.
Well, number deck, so let's use this one. And it will be the Black Tarot, made for Halloween.
We stopped and visited our son and granddaughter today.
That was fun.
Just gave her cookies. She's a little too old for trick or treating, but they are celebrating their wedding anniversary on Halloween.
Yes, they got married about 20 years ago,
I think he said 17 or 18.
something like that.
Yeah.
It's always possible that maybe the possible contradictions between lifestyles could be indicated by those cards, but I think it's more likely what we said, and then that's thrown in too, you know.
Well, I did speak about that. Different lifestyles. It makes it hard to get it together. I agree.
All right, a cell. Let me just look at that one more time. Hey, baby.
This is interesting. Okay, so about the argument, and if your father,
How does my father feel about me
yes,
after our argument, and when will my father start talking to me again? So it's a little two questions, but they are related. So let's give it
they're
a try.
totally related.
Yes, of course. King of Cups is upright. The world is reversed.
Hmm.
And the Three of Wands is reversed.
Okay, that's really interesting. Here, you're going to want to see this.
Okay, the vampire is really the snake from Lenormand. And the candle is the sun. Right away, I know this sounds like a platitude, but I feel like the King of Cups that's your father, and he's kind to you. He loves you and he cares about you, and he wants what's best for you, even if you are having arguments.
Well, I feel that he feels he's doing right by you, that
Okay.
he's only thinking of your best interests. That's what he feels.
Mm-hmm.
But whether that's truth or not, that remains to be seen here
You are right.
with the rest of these cards. And what's card 2 again?
World reversed.
Yeah, the world reversed. And you know what? I have to tell you, Estelle, that I don't feel the argument is done yet. Things have been left hanging. And I think that this is not over yet. That's why the world is reversed. Something needs to be addressed or resolved, either on your part or on his part or both of you. It's not done yet.
And then there's the Three of Wands reversed.
Well, did you talk about the world already?
Oh, no, I didn't, but pretty much the same. There is a sense, really, that this is going to stay there until it completes one way or the other. And it could be saying that either side expects a certain level of perfection or accomplishment, or something that relationally says either I won or we won, or it doesn't matter, we should make peace, whatever that is. But both sides possibly need to come to terms.
And I really think what the Three of Wands reversed, what this is saying is that you can anticipate that, this is going to come up again, that this whole thing isn't over. I think here that maybe your father might be digging in his heels somehow and not willing to think, not willing to accept, your input or your ideas. He's really dug in his heels on what he feels is right for you, whether it's right for you or not.
Some fathers can be paternalistic, especially depending on the possible culture or religious stance they may take.
And I look at the snake and the candle here. Now, the candle's the sun and technically should brighten up everything a little bit, but it is saying here that, this is kind of affecting your joy. This is affecting your happiness and harmony. And I don't know that he's doing it maliciously per se, but you may feel really betrayed by him right now. It's kind of what I'm feeling
Well,
here.
that candle and the snake, the sun and the snake, means you're going to realize more light will be shed on maybe where there is either deceptions or there is some sense of malfeasance. And so you may realize this more. Does it change your perspective of them being a father? Well, right now you say you're not talking, and the Three of Wands just sort of says we will agree to disagree, or we won't agree to do anything.
Right, it's reversed.
Yeah,
So,
because it's reversed.
yeah. Well, I think he's going to talk to you again, but I think it's going to be the same old argument. I don't know how soon, but let's see here.
So we're going to do a timing situation.
Well, I
Try
take
to,
these timing cards with a big grain of salt. So, but I figured I'd give it a try.
like anything we do.
Like anything I do?
We do.
Oh, we do? Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, the grain of salt implies the idea that tarot is a snapshot in time.
It's a snapshot in time, but
Either you are or you aren't.
I don't doubt the advice I give. It just either turns out or it doesn't. And
Silly,
that's that.
we will put you on the list.
Emily and Sile?
Yes, I'll go ahead and do both. I think I got
I think
the
we should close the list after that.
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah, I did get Emily on. You are on.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll just go ahead and post it then too.
Well, this is mixed messages, and I really feel here. The first one's the one, but the last one, I'm just going to read it to you. If you can consistently stay in alignment and feel happy daily, the time frame was within a month. So I would just say this, remain hopeful that he will talk to you again. Remain hopeful. But this one, I think, really does kind of describe what I'm seeing here.
No time frame can be determined at this time.
He's going to talk to you again. With the world reversed, I really feel this is not finished. But when exactly he's going to approach this again, I mean, you may have to contact him first and then, he's going to say what he's going to say again. I think that it may take some time, though, before he comes around to this. And maybe you'll need to ask the cards a little bit later about this if he hasn't. I would say talk to you within a month's time because the other card indicated the possibility of a month. So we'll check the cards again at that time on this, Cecile. Wow, good luck with that. All right.
And we're now looking for Carrie Ann. I'm not sure if you left a question. I'm going to look for that. But if you didn't, then we
You just did.
All righty. Very good. Thank you, Carrie.
I'm going to put the list as closed up here right now. Everybody who's on the list will get a reading.
And yeah, so the list is officially closed, but everybody in the chat and listed will get their reading. So very good.
We
Thank you,
didn't
Carrie.
ask Estelle if they wanted a spin of the wheel, did we?
We did forget to do that. And they're not really here. They never showed back up. I don't think we did it for the previous one either, maybe. I'm not sure. Mila? That's right, we did. Because they weren't actually in the chat during the reading.
Right.
So if you want a reading, you should mention that. Carrie Ann, that's Crystal. Yeah. Okay. So did you want to spin?
Oh, yeah. Did they want to spin?
I don't know.
Do you want to spin of the wheel, Carrie Ann? We still have some decks left and a private reading available.
Sure.
Okay.
Good luck. I'm crossing my fingers for you.
It's the Hanged Man, or yeah, I think it's the Hanged Man.
Either way, it would
Either
be.
way, sorry you did not win.
But we will do that reading.
But we will do your reading. And we will be spinning the wheel again this weekend.
All right. So how does Nixon feel now that we are no longer in each other's lives, especially as I messaged his brother, sister, and best friend that I have decided to move on as the judge ruled, he has to pay you.
Yep.
So yeah, I realize that's been a long time coming for you, you know, and all the situations related to it.
Okay, your deck.
How
My deck.
does Nixon feel?
All right. The haunted house.
Yes, it was. You were the second or third one, so you're much closer to the beginning. And we did spin the wheel for you too. We forgot to ask you, but we assumed you would want that.
We
And
didn't.
you did not win.
Yeah, you did not win.
So we can try again.
It's the Ten of Wands reversed. Wow. It's the Lovers.
That's fine, Emily. It's okay.
It's the Lovers reversed.
They are canceling their reading. That's fine. We'll catch you another time.
And then it is the Knight of Wands reversed.
We appreciate you letting us know.
Jeez.
All right, so in the Lenormand, it's the lily and the clover. And I wonder if the basic feeling from that is that if he feels, if he's lucky, he will evolve or change. You know, the lily is about growth. He will grow somehow. And maybe that means that maybe the best possible way for Nixon to think about this, and it's not thinking about you so much. I mean, maybe that is what it is maybe he thinks each of you will grow as you need to. I'm just looking at the Lenormand and what that possibly means about Nixon's feelings.
Nixon feels that burdens have been listed with the Ten of Wands. I mean, obviously, the having to pay is a burden, obviously, but he feels a little bit lighter now that all of this is done. In other words, what's done is done. He now knows what he has to do, and he's okay with the moving on. I think here either he realizes that he's made some bad decisions and choices here, or he's just feeling that this relationship was not right for him. And for whatever reasons, he is definitely moving on. It looks like to me, but the Knight of Wands reversed indicates to me that he is moving on with with some feelings of um, well, I don't know. I almost feel like Nixon is Nixon, you know? I kind of feel like he may make the same mistakes all over again. With that Knight of Wands reversed, it kind of indicates somebody who might be behaving recklessly now, carelessly, and not really doing things that are necessarily in his or other people's best interests. So,
It would be the idea that if he feels like it is truly over, whatever's released, he's welcome to go ahead and do what he wants to do, but it may not be the best thing for him.
yeah,
That's a headstrong, rushing person who isn't really confident, but maybe tries for bravado to make up for that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel funny about that. Like, there's some lingering anger. There could be some lingering anger that he has over the whole situation. But overall, he's ready to kind of chuck this all to the side now and kind of move on. And he realizes some mistakes were made here, but he may be looking at this whole situation far differently than you are, you know? So, his reality and his way and approach of looking at it may be totally different. And I think with the clover and
Lily.
the lily here, um,
Well, I said
he's He may go ahead.
I said originally a few minutes back that he was thinking if he's lucky, he would grow, he would change, he would grow from this. Or maybe he felt that way about you, that, each of you might possibly grow from this.
Well, I do kind of like that, but considering the King of or the Knight of Wands is here
Sure.
reversed, I'm not sure how much he's really taken to heart. But I do feel here that this is a growing experience or a learning experience for him, and he would be lucky if he took the message of all of this to heart. But unfortunately, at least at the moment, I'm not sure he is. I'm not sure he is. So in time he might, but I have a feeling because of the way these cards are right now. He just wants to move on, let this all go, and hopefully you will get paid. I don't know if you're going to have to garnish wages or something like that, but hopefully he will pay you because otherwise, they'll be back to court again.
I kind of understand that sense of maybe there's some amount of anger there or, something strident to kind of, because with the lovers, it may be Nixon thinks each of you made mistakes, and he may possibly blame you more, but he may
Oh,
possibly
I think that's possible.
now different how Carrie Ann says, and that was something one of us said.
I'm not sure now.
Yeah,
Go
I'm
ahead.
not either. I guess we were talking about how he could be different now,
Well,
or
how he
that the
could be
situation was
different.
different.
I mean, things could be different for him. If it was about the Lenormand, I'm not sure. If he took these lessons to heart, in that he could make a better life for himself. I don't see anything that's pulling you back together here, if that's the
No, I don't.
idea. But different may be in the way he treats other people, other relationships. But I don't know. I'm feeling he's kind of reckless, in his approach to these things. And he might be carrying more anger, which means to me he just doesn't assume responsibility for all of this.
He's different from you, and how you may think is because you knew this was the right thing to do to get this over with, and he might have just let it go on, giving you promises that he was going to take care of you. But
Well,
you did the right thing.
we're talking about since the court case, too, though. And so how he views this differently now is because it's different from you in that he doesn't totally accept what he did here to cause this. He doesn't totally accept it. But he knows, now that at least all of this is done. He understands what the court's expecting of him. Whether he's going to follow through or not, I wonder if he's going to cause some problems down the road. He's going to be paying monthly. Let's hope he keeps that up. Otherwise, you might end up in court again. I'm just wondering here. So, yeah.
All right, good luck.
Good luck with that.
And it's
That's
Carol.
how he thinks different from you because you're holding him responsible. He didn't want to assume that responsibility. So.
All right. Spin for Kara.
Is it my spin? I think it is.
I thought I did it.
Nope.
That's okay.
Oops. But nothing came out about the messages. What messages? Did I miss something in your question? Let me
That
see.
you had texted to his siblings.
Oh, I didn't see anything there about the messages to the siblings,
Yeah.
and I didn't know that was part of the question. So I haven't.
Well, they had mentioned it.
Yeah, well, you mentioned it, but that was after the question, and I don't see anything that relates to that per se. I don't. So I wish you luck with that. All right. It's
You're
possible,
welcome.
if I could say anything on that, Carrie, I would say that it's possible that Knight of Wands is indicating
Right.
he might be angry that you said what you said to, his friends and family.
Knights are messages,
He
and
might be a little upset about that.
all right. Carol wants to know, what does Odin have for
All
them?
right.
And did you do the spin?
I did not. I will now.
Were you
It's your
supposed
deck,
to?
so why don't you get your deck shuffled? And Sunny's gone again. So
That could be a mixed blessing.
we'll put the pumpkins out there. And Kara, I'm going to spin for you right now. I'll move that so you can see the. So close, but I think that's it. You got the devil.
You got the devil.
So you get a choice of of
A
cards
reading or
too.
decks?
Now I should say this. We did this with Angel and CJ. Angel won first, so he got first choice of a deck. And today Shirley's won first, so she chooses a deck. She's going to get first pick.
She already chose the Enchanted Glass.
Oh, I thought
Remember, I read it to you.
when I said Moonology, she said she was going to research
The
it.
Enchanted Glass, she said after that.
I'll check
Please
it out.
don't do this now. We can just write her when she writes us.
It's okay for you to talk constantly during this show, but I can't. Okay. All right. So
I saw it, and I know it came later.
I will double check that with her before I send the list to you, okay? All right. No arguing needed. Well, some days it's not so funny. But hey, we've weathered what, 44 years of this? Okay, 49 if we count the
I'm
non-married
happy.
years.
I'm very happy.
So
It's always possible that Shirley was going to change her mind again, but after you had had that conversation, she said Enchanted Glass, and I knew that was the oracle. Now maybe she changed her mind again. I can find out.
it doesn't matter. What's the secret of staying
But
together?
you,
Well,
uh,
well, you know,
some other time.
no, I think it's a very good question. And I think some of it has to do with dealing with challenges in life, and how you weather them as a couple. I mean, that can make or break a relationship. If you guys are both in it and taking care of each other through the ups and downs of life, Mr. O, helped me see my mom through years of Alzheimer's disease.
We're part of what was commonly known at least 20, 30 years ago as the sandwich generation. And the sandwich generation meant that we may have been raising our own children, but we also had older parents that we had to kind of help out too.
And then,
And
vice versa. We've had our crises, we've had to see ourselves through.
oh yeah.
And raising a child, is certainly brings one together as well. It just depends how you manage crises and how you work together as a team. And also, it doesn't hurt if you really have a deeper bond. I mean, for us, we used to read each other's freaking minds all the time. That's what it would seem like. And so we'd always know what the other one was thinking and what they wanted, what they might be lacking, what they needed, etc.
Yeah, we have a bond, don't we, dear? Ah, no, what happened? We have a bond.
We do have a bond.
All right. What does Odin have for you? Indeed. So the first card is, what does Odin have for you? And it is the Ten of Pentacles.
Oh,
Odin says there's a
thanks.
family for you. There is a sense of belonging. There's a sense of solidarity, protection, security, strength, and it's from being connected to family, people like us or people that you are family with, whatever they are.
I think that Odin wants you to do a little bit more exploration into your ancestry. Maybe not so much, you've done that. You've got all that data and information on yourself, but to really try to connect with that ancestry in more ways, whatever it may be, like following traditions that you feel and customs, beliefs, or just what influence all of that truly has on your life. And also to honor them more, honor your recent departed. This is the season. So maybe that is why this card came up right now. This is the time we're doing all of this work, to get connected with those on the other side.
Pentacles are maybe the closest indicator towards the idea of ancestors because of the family connection. And I like what you said, Sam. Um, I had a point to make to you, but I kind of forgot what it was. But that's what it was, is actually her set of parents, well, her mom, was about 40 years older than us. So there was a bit more of an age difference and therefore health or other considerations.
And my mother came from a family of 10 children. There were 9 siblings she had. And because she was older, he pretty much has been with me through a lot of their deaths.
All of her uncles, all of her
Everybody's
aunts.
died. And then even my
Almost all
brother
of them.
passing,
Yeah.
in recent years in 2019. So everybody is pretty much gone. And his family, now I've seen him
I met
through some of the death and dying
my parents,
processes. When his father passed,
my
his
older
mother passed
cousins,
in recent years.
everybody. I'm the
So,
oldest in my family now.
yeah, that's
I turn
right.
70 next month, so
Yeah, his birthday's
it's
coming
good.
up and our wedding anniversary. Woo! All right.
Alrighty, so Kara, we got a little carried away there, but why is this important, that what Odin wants for you to recognize your family or to be a part of your family? Because judgment. He's gonna mark you down, Kara.
No.
No, he's not.
Why don't you go ahead? I have to think about how I want to say this.
It's important because maybe you haven't really had this epiphany yet. Maybe for whatever reasons, you understand it in the abstract. Yeah, I'm part of a family, all these Norse people, all these witches or seekers or other people, the tarot card people, but you haven't really felt it inside as a bone stirring epiphany. Come on, why don't I move you? I'm your dark twin, Kara.
No, that's Sunny.
Oh, no, that's her soulmate.
Oh,
Sunny is the soulmate. Get it right.
oh my gosh.
Thank you,
Now we are
Sam.
going off the rails here.
Our anniversary and my birthday are on the same day.
How did we do that? That's a long story.
I just didn't want to ever forget the anniversary, so I said, I'll get married on my birthday.
We got married in the courts, actually. We didn't have a wedding, like big deal wedding. We got married in the courts because, we'd known each other for 4 or 5 years. It was no big
We
deal
were
to us
living
to
together.
take that next step. And that's the other thing about marriage. Let's not make such a big deal about that act of marriage. It's great to celebrate it and have the pomp and ceremony, but it's like we put so much emphasis on that as opposed to our connection with the person we're marrying. And so I think it was just a natural that we would do it this way. And it was a date that was available. And I said, yeah, let's do it on your birthday. So at any rate,
Where will this
no, I didn't talk about that yet. Hello. I think this is saying Odin wants you to do this because he feels something deep inside of you resonates to some of your ancestry in the past and some of the things that they have done. Somehow he wants you to do this because it might bring out some latent talents or abilities that you have that maybe haven't surfaced yet.
Knights of Palooza. Reversed Knight of Cups. Where will it
We've been
lead?
getting them in a lot of readings, haven't we?
Yeah.
So it's Knight of Cups reversed.
Yeah.
Well,
You will disappoint him.
wow, that's rude.
Yes.
I think here you shouldn't be too hard on yourself if you can't totally figure out what it is. But what you could get out of this whole adventure might be more important. Remember, sometimes we like to say, and it's true, that the journey is more important than the end result. And so don't be disappointed if things don't turn out the way you had hoped. But this idea of trying to connect more with that, with the feelings you get from your ancestry and what you know about that ancestry and what it could bring out in you, that's the important part of this. Don't be disappointed if results just don't seem, you know, that big bells and whistles to you. It doesn't have to be. It's the exploration that's really, I think, what Odin wants you to do.
On the other hand, I didn't really talk about this yet. Maybe what this represents is the idea that there is something sad to learn from this, that maybe where it leads is something you realize about your connection to your ancestors or to your tribes, whatever it is, or to what Odin wants, is also something that will be sad, and it will be something you do need to understand and take in. It may actually motivate you to do something else that Odin really is calling you to do.
Well, however that makes you feel,
Uh-oh. The tree, the fox.
however that makes you feel, um, I kind of think here that you should just get to work on it, right? The
Yeah,
fox is about work in some of its aspects, and the tree is about family, the family line, the family legacy,
the
your
family
tribe,
tree.
your tribal, family. So I think he wants you to get to work on it. That's
No more tears. Dun, 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 dun. No more tears. Oh, wait, that was about a child killer.
good luck
Whoops.
with that. If I can keep Mr. O focused, we might get done before 9:30.
I don't know. You're welcome.
All right.
Alrighty.
You're welcome. All right, Cherry B is up. And congrats, Kara. We will be in touch with you.
Yep. Cherry B keeps seeing crows wherever I go, also by my house, squawking. So they have a message for me? Well, they probably do. And
And we're
crows,
going to do my
crows
reading.
do, crows do kind of talk to people. And if people sort of talk back to them, caw or act like they are communicating, even if they don't really know the language, crows notice that. There's a story going around the internet about a baby that wouldn't stop crying, and then a crow was cawing nearby, and then after a while, the baby started cawing to the crow, imitating the crow's voice, and calmed down. Isn't that cute?
Yeah, let's get going.
Alrighty. Oh, you don't like it when I'm the one being wordy. Well, that's how I feel about you sometimes. Overly wordy.
That must be why he interrupts me all the time.
Okay, what is the message the crows have for Cherry Blossom?
Yes, it's an interesting one. I'm using the Unfinished Business MJ Cullinane Ghost Tarot. All right. Okay, so what is the message? Oh, wow. It's strength. Strength is upright.
Nice. Very nice.
So,
The crows are telling you that you may have problems, but they are more easily solved by understanding them, whether it's at a heart level or whether it's just at, a logical human level, rather than trying to make a decision or a result be mapped according to a sense of assertion that you might put into it.
the the message is from the crows is interesting is that is to take things is to be compassionate in your approach to situations that may be coming up. There may be something
Excuse
that
me.
will require you to be more patient and more compassionate in your approach to the situation. Be a little bit more be a little bit kinder, and also because the best way to handle something that may be coming your way will be through either kindness or a more subtle, see, put it, approach to things. You don't have to push your agenda, push your envelope, but if you're kind and understanding and empathic to the situation you're dealing with, then things may work out better for you.
So the crows may ultimately just be saying, try a little tenderness rather than trying to push something through, whatever that is. Why is this important?
Well,
And it's the reverse two of cups. So this could be about a relationship that maybe went south. This could be about a relationship where you don't feel, or even a new friendship or relationship where you're not sure you understand the trust or harmony that's there, that maybe you have a doubt about it. And that maybe you were thinking you needed to be a little bit more pushy about the matter. And the crows are saying, no, you don't. And maybe that's important that you just understand sometimes it happens in a relationship, and maybe or about something that you really cared about, that all of a sudden it just doesn't mean the same to you for some reason.
well, the empathic stuff, the compassion, the idea of not pushing too much indicates to me why this is important is that because a relationship of some sort, a partnership, a connection with somebody could be severed if you handle this inappropriately.
Okay, I
And
agree.
so where are things headed?
And it's the reversed Eight of Swords, which is kind of interesting because there's a little bit of counterintuitive here. The idea maybe that says that if there was something that was holding you to the situation, or something that sort of limited your reach in the situation, that may change, that may leave, or that you will really think very differently about this, that maybe it's a matter of thinking it through and realizing what is really going on and where you really stand, what you really can do.
How you really handle this situation could really boost your self confidence, will make you feel better about yourself. The idea here is, we
Excuse me.
don't like ugly spats or breakups. If you handle this right, if you treat people with respect, if you treat people with compassion and kindness, no matter what they're throwing at you, you will feel so much better about yourself in the long run, no matter how this, ultimately turns out. You will know that you did the right thing.
So that takes us to the Lenormand, and those are pretty nice too, I think. It's the book and the stars.
I think what you find out about yourself through this experience will give you more optimism and hope. It's like whether you have to stand up for yourself in a subtle way and in a way that's not demeaning to other people, or whether you even agree that to compromise on something, whatever the case may be, you will find out something about yourself that will bring you hope and make you feel good about the future. So I have a feeling this thing could be resolved by you, whatever it is. But and maybe that's what the crows are warning you. Something is coming, and it's going to require you to be very, very compassionate, very empathic, and very caring in your approach to dealing with the situation. If you don't want, a relationship to go south, or a friendship, or a partnership, or a connection of some sort.
These cards say you want to be able to be viewed or act as magnanimously as you can, that you really try to be corrective if you feel maybe you did go too far, or that you're ready to be more corrective. But it's only in service, I think, to what you feel is the best good for everyone. So this isn't about you, Cherry Blossom, making concessions towards people that you really shouldn't. This is about you maybe just setting everything at a peaceful level, a magnanimous kind of level where everybody wins something a little bit. Nobody is really a loser.
So that's what we have for you. I don't think I have anything else to add to this. Good luck with that.
I hope that made sense.
And I know, Cherry B, we didn't ask if you wanted a spin of the wheel.
Did you
So
want
if
one
you're
now?
here, you could have one now, but if not, we're going to move on to Sob. Sob is up. What?
Yes, Saba's next. Alrighty, Cherry would like one, and it's my turn. So warming up the fingers here. Zang. Alrighty, the sun.
It's the sun. Sorry you did not win. That's a happy card, though. The sun.
Well, there still will be more chances on our next
Yes.
couple of
Yes,
episodes.
there will be.
We're going to do it on Happy Hour, you said, right?
Yes.
So two more chances, Happy Hour on Sunday.
So, Sob, can you describe the energy or aura of my future husband and how it might manifest physically or through present? Thank you so much. Through presence. Ah. Hmm. You're welcome, Cherry.
You are welcome.
All right. We're gonna have to try something different with this one, Mr. O. If you read the question.
I did.
So how do you want to handle that? Just
I
throw
don't
three
know.
cards, or you want to try to get the personality by throwing specific
Oh,
cards?
thank you for that, Cherry. I wasn't really sure. I was thinking it was something else. But you're right, yeah, because you've mentioned this before.
Ah,
So
it could
yes, it
be.
doesn't, it seems like
Yes, it could very well be.
you don't have any options to really be overly assertive. You have to try to be magnanimous in this. All right, I'm looking at the question again. Are you saying it's some sort of 2 by 2 or 2 and 2?
Why would it be 2 and 2? I'm
I
just
didn't think so,
asking.
but I'm just,
Well,
I don't know. I don't know what you want
if
to
you
do.
throw three cards, are you going to get personality and presence from that? Or is there something we should be throwing out there?
I'll
Like
just,
court cards, major arcana cards,
okay.
etc.?
See, this is why I say you're a better reader than me, even though you keep saying I'm not. You thought of that. I didn't. And of course, there's another reason why I maybe didn't think about it. Be nice.
I'm trying to channel strength. Be compassionate, be kind, be compassionate, be kind.
Okay.
All right.
I'm
Yeah, I know
sorry I
we've done
forgot
this
about that.
before, but we've played around with this method a lot. So that's why maybe Mr. O hasn't thought of it immediately. But we
No.
should throw a court card. We're going to shuffle the cards. We're going to get a court card, and it's going to give us some idea of the person, that you
I forgot that
might
we
be your
could do
future
this.
spouse. And then we're going to look at like some real key um
Well, the next card could be,
it's the major arcana.
well, is the, okay, when I look at the question, I always feel like finding out that court card was really the secondary card, that the first card was something else. No, it wasn't.
No, it's always the court card.
Okay,
So,
fine.
get
See,
your
I didn't
deck.
remember that even. It's my deck.
Yes. That's why I said, what did you want to do with this reading?
See. Okay, well, let me find the deck. Grab a deck.
Oh, it's 8:59.
What the heck?
Man, I
Right.
wish I'd got that tarot card out because the oracle card went out already.
Gee, I wish I had gotten my things out, but I have a lot of work to do too, don't I? I would have closed the list earlier.
You were the one that took the last two people on the list and you didn't even
Yes,
ask.
right, because I know what you're like. I know what you're like. You don't want to close the list until you decide. Saab, do you trust us for this reading?
I'm fine. I'm just mad that I did that. I shouldn't have scheduled the oracle. I should have known. We would have done overtime the day before Halloween. I should have known that. All right, let's go. Now you're going to follow my instructions since you left the reading up to me.
Very good. What's up first?
The first court card you find.
All right. The reversed King of Wands.
We just had that one in a way, didn't we? Or was
Yes,
it
we
that night?
did.
Well, okay, so this person may manifest to you as someone who is about your age or maybe older, somebody with more maturity, somebody who might be already settled in some way. Either they come from a family that, maybe they are a part of a family enterprise or business, or maybe they, it could be a family that's more well to do. But I feel here that this person is probably a fire sign. They're, like I said, a little bit more mature and settled already in some career path or job path. And they're a bit headstrong. They are a bit headstrong, but on the other hand, too, as far as relationships go, I do feel they may be a little bit shy. They may be a little bit uncomfortable or feeling insecure. So it might take a little bit for you to really get out of them how they really feel about you.
Their energy is a little bit different, and I get the feeling like maybe they come from a family where there's other siblings, most likely older, who are more favored, and so there's a little, maybe a slight self-esteem, like maybe they feel like they're not the favorite son, okay, for whatever that's worth. That's what their aura feels like to me, and they sort of feel like they do as they can with what they have because they're not the favored one in some respects.
And let's do a major arcana now. Leave them there, and I mean, just look for one. You got one right away again? No.
I can't read. No, sorry. These I really need those glasses, dear. All right.
That's not on me. You can make your
No, it's the
appointment.
reverse chariot.
Oh my gosh.
Well, expecting me to do certain things.
So the reverse chariot indicates to me that he may move really slow with getting to know you and stuff, or trying to, or getting to the point of marriage. This relationship, he just seems to be very slow in regards to how he moves and calculates his moves, also to the point of, you may get tired of waiting. Actually, I worry here that, this person will come along and you may get tired of waiting on them to finally make their mind up and move this forward.
Are we going to give a cell a spin? They came back to ask us that.
Yeah, we can give you a spin-a-cell.
You'll have to wait till after this reading, though,
Yeah,
if you can. And if you're not here, you'll just have to come back here.
yeah.
Is that good?
Yep.
All right. So, what does this field mean? What does that position mean?
It's really more characteristics, underlying thematic
Okay.
characteristics about them.
So I like what
And
Top said there. I'm not sure that it's as bad as that, but I like what you said there. That's kind of close, to me at least. The chariot reverse could suggest that, to some degree, they might have a little bit of an attitude, like they want to know exactly why they should do something, before they do it. So that's their motivator for some reason, and that if they don't feel like they understand the question or the answer, then maybe they're a little sluggish with movement or moving ahead. And that doesn't necessarily pertain to your relationship. It just sort of describes them in a way that maybe they sort of take it in, and they need to be moved, but it's not that easy sometimes.
now I just want a minor arcana that is not a court card.
All right, it's the Nine of Pentacles and it's upright, which that's pretty good, I think.
And I feel like, yeah, I do like this. I think that basically this, you were asking how this would manifest physically or through presence. And I feel here that it might manifest somewhere around you. In other words, I think that you won't have to travel far to find this person. This might happen in your own community, in your own neighborhood, through family connections. It just seems as though it's something that's comfortable for you, and uh, that's sort of the way I'm looking at it. I'm looking at this card as how they connect up.
Well, I feel that this is a person who maybe when you connect up with them, you realize that they are really trying to have, maybe a little bit of a calmer life, but also something that maybe is comforting to them in a way too. So maybe there is a sense that they realize some of these things about themselves, and they're sort of aloof on purpose, because they like a quieter life for themselves. It doesn't mean that that's what they're going to be, in meeting you and moving ahead with you.
So, as I said, I think that this is about how you meet them. And I feel here it's going to be
You meet
through.
them in a quiet place. That's what I said.
I like that. Hey, maybe it's a library. No, you meet
Okay.
them.
They
You could
could
meet them at a religious ceremony.
they could possibly be lighter, in some way. Um,
Fairer, lighter skinned, maybe. They could be, I think they're athletic built though, actually. I don't want to say, they're definitely more like an athletic build, which makes me wonder. I kind of wonder here if they could be in the construction or building industry. I don't know why, but I'm just kind of picking that up. It's possible with this card. And like I said, I think they have sort of a more athletic build, and they might be fairer skinned. That's really all I can say, other than they're probably a fire sign, and generally, they have a very dynamic personality. However, I feel as far as relationships go, it's not coming through. They're more timid, they need some reassurance. Maybe it's possible that they've had some bad relationships and they're a little bit shy, right now.
I don't feel they're unattractive. Um,
No.
I think that they might have a rugged kind of demeanor about them because maybe they're a little bit outdoorsy in a way. But
Yeah.
having said that, we sort of determined that there was maybe a quietness or aloofness, or something, a little bit. Maybe they're hard to get to meet too, and you might find that maybe they are a little bit aloof that way. I don't remember if I said that earlier or not. All right, Lenormand. So
Wow.
candy, okay, candy. Candy is what?
Candy is the bouquet.
The bouquet. All right, that makes sense. And the witch's jar is fish.
Yeah.
So fish and bouquet.
I think there is definitely some abundance here, and joy, with this relationship. I feel here that they either come from money or they are going to be making a good income. And life with this person will be joyful. It may, at times, I'm just going to say, there may be some arguments, there may be some spats, but I feel here
Oh,
over.
right, the fire sign thing. They're watching.
There may be spats, but that happens in marriage anyway. I think overall things are looking fairly positive. It's just that it's going to take a while to build this relationship up to the point of marriage. So expect that. But I wish you luck with that. I can't say when this is coming, really, but I can say that this is kind of a window into what your future spouse may be like.
It is the energy or aura and environs of your future.
So good luck with that.
Good luck. Hope to see you again.
And Erie is up on our last two readings.
Why did Ella claim that I was asking for too much when I wanted her to text me more than once a week? I even asked her if she could, at the very least, text me twice a week. And she still got defensive. And she's an Aquarius. That sounds a little bit like an Aquarius, maybe?
I mean, if this is supposed to be a friend, I mean, why do you even have to ask them? It's really, I feel for you, Erie. All right, well, we're going to use the Edgar Allan Poe deck for this one. Oh, you're very welcome, Sab. I appreciate hearing that. It is sometimes hard with the tarot to figure that out. That's why I figured That's why I try to use, the court cards to show what type of personality is coming towards you and maybe a little bit about their career, whatever we can kind of discern from that court card, and then talk a little bit about what really drives them in life or how they operate and their main theme in life. And it seems like they seem to go slow with things, and maybe in particular with relationship matters, but it could be with other things as well. And then I do the minor arcana to just, and we've done it different ways. It depends how the question comes into me because different people want different information. You asked specifically about how this would manifest for you. And that's why I used what I did. Anyway, Mr. O is taken off to take care of something.
You don't want to know.
And I am going to cut the cards. And he'll get to the Lenormand when he gets back. All right. I just go lay them out here, Ari. I will talk about them in a minute. It's just he could have waited on doing what he's doing. All right. This is so funny, though, Ari. It's really tying into your question. We only have two readings left.
I know.
Wait.
But you don't want to know.
You're right.
Well, still your fault. What is that?
It's the Lovers reversed. And then we have the Page of Swords upright. And we have the Ten of Swords reversed. So it really ties very much into what you were saying here. The Lovers reversed is indicating to me that this person just makes bad choices. You know, you're not happy with the option, with the fact that she's, immediately upset about having to text you twice in a week, like it's some major issue. She's disagreeing with you, obviously, and you feel like, and you can't understand it. And I get it, because the Lover's Reversed is saying here, really, she's not making very good choices here. I mean, is it that much of a inconvenience to text you twice a week? This Page of Swords here indicates that it's about communications and constructive dialogue and communications and keeping lines of communication open. And that's really all you want. And it does seem reasonable to me. But what I would also suggest about this card is that maybe, you're just going to have to try to calm her down and just say, look, I really miss you. I'd like to communicate with you more. And just say, I'm sorry if this sounds like I'm putting pressure on you, but I really would, I enjoy texting with you, and just see if that can at least make her feel better about things and maybe get something going here. What's the final card again?
I don't even know. Reverse Ten of Swords.
Reverse Ten of Swords. In other words, this could heal. Or this could be saying, if she's just going to be unreasonable about this, then let it go. Move on. It could be saying that as well.
The Ten of Swords could be about that removal there. I liked what you said about the Page of Swords, because I think ultimately, Ari, you have been only reasonable. You have only been diplomatic, tactful, etc. The other person, Ella, sometimes the Lovers talks about bad choices, but sometimes it says the choice is between somebody who's maybe bratty and somebody who's virtuous. And so maybe this is just saying Ella is just that kind of a person. She's not really a good friend. She's a fair weather friend at best.
I like that. But you have a Lenormand, don't you?
Yeah, did I really cover the last one? I did. Ten of Swords, right? Yeah.
Move on, eh?
Cross ship. So you're moving towards more disappointment, right?
Yeah, it could be that you're moving towards more disappointment in dealing with this person.
Unless you really value them, and then when they're no longer in your life at all, that's disappointing. I mean, that could be true. We don't really know the basis of you and Ella's friendship.
Are you finished?
Yes!
Okay, because this could also mean that you're moving on from a place of grief and disappointment here, which also kind of ties into that Ten of Swords reversed in my view of things as I look at this. And I think, that's it. If they're just being that ridiculous about this, making this kind of decision and choice that you're asking too much of them, then it's up to you to decide, am I going to compromise this and back off and let things be the way they are, or am I going to move on? And I think this is saying maybe you'll decide that it's best to move on from this if she's just going to be this way about it.
Ditch the witch.
I just think she makes bad choices, and maybe, I don't know, did you say there was a little bit of shallowness here? There's a bit of shallowness here going on. So, good luck with that, Ari. Sorry about that.
All right. We never spun for a cell. Let's do that. Sorry, Cell. We're sorry. Hold on a moment.
It literally just missed. You can tell it's on Judgment.
Yeah.
It's on Judgment.
You were close,
You were
but you
so
didn't quite get
close
there
to
as
sell.
well.
Maybe next time will be the charm.
And sorry we
Good
didn't
luck
do that
with
right
it.
away like we said we would.
Yeah, we
just forgot.
apologize.
Whoops.
But he went away and
Those are mine. Those are
I'm
mine.
very confused, like I am now.
Right. I tried to grab back from you, and then you wouldn't let me. All right. So we are on Sealy.
Yep.
All righty.
Does Sealy want to spin? Let's do that right
Let's
now.
just assume Sealy wants to spin. Do you want to spin it or shall I?
Did you want to spin? Okay. I spun the last one.
Oh, so then I do spin. Okay. And Celia, I know you live abroad, so this is for a chance at a reading from us. It's a good reading.
Nope, it's the Hierophant.
All right.
So try again next time.
All right. What's your question? How does Alex think or feel about me? Any action towards you? Basically, does he find you attractive? That's my deck, right?
Yep.
All right.
I just realized that.
I'm going to use this deck. The Rubble Witches.
Oh, yeah, it's not sitting there. I was wondering when you were going to use it.
There's several decks I haven't used yet. I haven't used the Grimm's Tales. I didn't use the Crow's Magic Tarot.
The Grimm's Tale is so cool.
It's
Hopefully,
very
it'll be
cool
used
deck.
next.
I will try to get it used next time if I can't use it this time.
That's the Grimm Tarot. Is it the Grimm Tale?
Grimm Tales Tarot.
Tales Tarot. That's right. Thank you. I only did the unboxing with you, but seems like ages ago already. It's not bad.
All right. How does Alex feel about you? Does he find you attractive? What does he find attractive? Okay. That's a little bit different.
Okay.
And I noticed Jennifer bopped in, but then retracted her message. She probably realized that our
The
list
list was closed. Yep.
We'll catch you some other time, Jennifer. Alrighty. Seeley. So our first card is Death. Our second card is the reversed Ace of Swords. And our third card is Judgment reversed. And it looks like a Joan of Arc type figure there.
Was there any other information about Alex? Are they in a relationship? Are they
How does Alex think about me? Any action towards?
Okay.
Basically, what does he find attractive?
Oh. Here.
All right. The skeleton key, which is the key.
And the writer.
And the writer.
Well, I don't know here. This is kind of a... I can't see anything about how he feels about you physically, like attractive, what's attracting him, or whether it's even emotional. I feel here that he almost feels as though something has gotten off on the wrong foot here. What is that one again?
Judgment reversed.
It's Judgment reversed. He may feel that maybe he's made some errors that has caused this to happen. I wonder here.
Is it possible that he indicated some sort of intention and then realized he didn't really want to do that? Like, for example, maybe he thought something was going on and then he met somebody different and clicked more immediately with them. And I'm assuming that this is, because you said attractive, that this is relationship potentials.
Well, yeah, I think here he feels like something has gotten off on the wrong foot and that something needs to change. So I don't know if he's going to change his approach, if he's looking for something different now, if he's decided that maybe he needs to pursue something else. There is definitely some movement coming here, though.
It's interesting there's two swords, but they're both reversed.
Oh,
right?
I thought that was a wand.
It says Ace of Swords, and that's what I said it was.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, so there's two swords, the ones in the Judgment card. But the idea with the Ace of Swords reversed to me maybe indicates that he doesn't think he's going to be successful in some regard. And whether that's about a relationship with you or a movement towards you, that's what it feels like. Or he feels there's something that delays him or inhibits him in some way.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about this one a little bit here. I do feel as though, okay, it's the Ace of Swords reversed. I do feel a bit though that he really needs more time to really clarify his feelings about you. I think that that's why this is here. He's not really sure how he feels yet. And
In some ways, that could be reflected by Judgment Reverse, that he's not exactly sure,
he
that
may
he's
have felt he's been moving too fast. And there is movement here. The key is movement. The key is movement. So I think here what has to be done is that everybody should slow it down a bit. Slow down this idea of moving forward too fast with this and really give more thought to figuring out if you are right for each other, do more talking, more dialogue. Death here is here to say something needs to change in the approach to this if this relationship is going to come together. There has to be some change in approach. And so if he's trying to rush things along, maybe you need to slow it down a little bit and find out more first about this person. And maybe he feels that way. I can't tell which way this is going. I feel here that something is happening too fast and something needs to change that.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel like everything is exactly right here. There's a lot of unknowns in a way. And so it may be more on you or on him to clarify where you feel each other is at, if that can
Take
be
care, Kara.
by Kara.
Thanks for hanging out with us. So into our overtime. So and
Good night, Sherry.
I don't know if this will really resonate with you or not, Sile. But if you, let's say, if you're just wondering what they're thinking and nothing has really gelled into, I want a relationship with you yet, if it hasn't happened yet, I would just say take this slow. Take this slow and, go with the flow of this. Whatever changes may occur may happen without your even instituting any. I just feel here that things may shift and change over time, but it's going to be a bit of a it's going to be interesting here, and I caution just take your time with this person.
And I don't think your final part, I don't think there's anything in here that exactly tell us what he does find attractive because you sort
Yeah.
of worded it that way. I'm not seeing anything that really speaks to that. So I think this was just about the first part of your question.
So this may be one of those questions we say from time to time. You should come back and ask at a later time if things are not developing well, or even if there is a change that happens, then come back and let's look at that. But right now, the cards are not giving us a lot of clarity on this. So other than to take it slow. So good luck with that.
Good luck.
All right, everybody, we've kept you here long enough. Those of you who
I
say.
want to say thanks to Saab, who said, "This is the realest reading I've got about my future husband." I appreciate it.
Yes, and if you hadn't gone away, I had said that earlier. So
Oh, okay. Well, good for
we
you.
really appreciate the
I
feedback,
cleaned up
good or
things you
bad.
can't.
I mean, we don't always hit the mark. We can't. And like with this reading, sometimes the cards do not give us a lot of clarity. So sometimes we can intuit it. Sometimes we have to say, we're going to have to ask again later. So
Good
thanks
night,
everybody
everybody.
for
Happy
putting up with
Halloween.
us. Want to wish you all a very happy Halloween and
However you celebrate.
hope to see you sometime this weekend, maybe at a happy hour or our live show on Sunday, because we'll be spinning the wheel again. So good
Sure.
luck with that. Have anything to add now that I've done talking?
I don't know why you get that stare just because I interject. That's so
No, I didn't give
rude.
you this stare. That was you.
You didn't give me the stare, but you made that gesture. Like, hey,
Anyway,
everybody,
take care. Have a great
45
night.
years and counting.
45 years of duking it out, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.